have a special story to share with you tonight, one that's been passed down through my family for generations. It's about a brave and beautiful girl named Ina and a mysterious python with a secret. This story, set in a peaceful village much like ours, is more than just an adventure. It's a lesson, a gentle reminder to look beyond what we see on the outside and understand the heart within. So get comfortable, settle in, and let's step together into this magical world where love, kindness, and a little bit of mystery reveal their true power. In a quiet village nestled between rolling hills and winding rivers, there lived a humble farmer and his wife. They were kind-hearted people, loved by all, and they had one precious daughter, Ina. Her beauty was radiant, like the golden light at sunrise, and her laughter was like music, dancing through the air each morning along with the birds' first songs. But even more than her beauty, it was Ina's kindness that made her truly special. She brought warmth to everyone's lives, from children to elders. As the years passed, Ina grew into a young woman whose charm and gentleness made her the pride of the village. Soon, young men from her village and even from far-off places came hoping to marry her. But Ina had her own dreams. She often said, "I will marry only the best-looking man in the country, someone strong and good who can love me with all his heart." Many tried to win her over, but none seemed to match her vision of true love. And so the news of her beauty and her refusal to settle traveled far, reaching even the deepest parts of the forest that bordered the village. Now in that dense forest lived a powerful python, but he was no ordinary creature. This python had ancient magical powers. He could change his form and become anything he wished. Curious and intrigued by what he had heard about Ina, he decided to meet her. Using his magic, he transformed into a tall, dark, and incredibly handsome young man. His plan was simple: to win Ina's heart and prove that even a python could become the best-looking man in the country. One sunny morning, the transformed python, now calling himself Ku, walked confidently into the village. With his tall frame, deep eyes, and warm, captivating smile, he turned heads wherever he went. The villagers were fascinated, and Ina? She was immediately intrigued. Ku introduced himself as a traveler from a distant land. He was polite, helpful, and full of charm. He joined in the daily village life, working with the farmers, laughing with the children, and sharing wild tales from his supposed journeys across the land. As the days turned into weeks, Ina and Ku grew closer. He would bring her rare flowers from the forest and tell her stories under the moonlit sky. Ina found herself enchanted, not just by his looks, but by the way he spoke, the way he listened, and the quiet wisdom in his words. Before long, the villagers started to whisper, was this the man Ina had been waiting for all along? Then, one day, Ku proposed. He asked Ina to marry him. Ina, though overjoyed, couldn't ignore a small hesitation in her heart. There was something about Ku that felt too perfect, too mysterious. Unsure, she turned to her parents for guidance. Her father, the farmer, smiled and said, "Ina, trust your heart. Love is a journey full of surprises." Her mother added gently, "But be cautious, my child. The eyes can be fooled. Look deeper." That night, Ina lay under the stars, her thoughts spinning. Her heart beat fast whenever she thought of Ku, but still, questions lingered in her mind. As dawn broke, Ina had made up her mind. She would follow her heart. She would marry Ku. The whole village buzzed with excitement as news of the upcoming wedding spread. Ina and Ku's love story felt like something out of a dream. Beautiful, rare, and full of magic. Decorations went up, songs were rehearsed, and the village prepared for what they believed would be the grandest wedding in years. But the night before the big day, something unusual happened. Aina had a vivid dream. In it, a soft, calm voice whispered to her from the shadows. "Look beyond the surface, Aina," it said. "True love is not just about appearances." The words echoed in her heart as she woke before sunrise. Aina couldn't shake the feeling that the dream had been more than just imagination. It felt like a sign, something important that needed her attention. Later that morning, she found Q near the edge of the forest. He greeted her with his usual warmth, but Aina's gaze was serious. "Before we marry," she said gently, "I want to see you as you truly are. No masks, no illusions, just you." Q froze. He hadn't expected this, but there was something in Aina's voice, earnest, honest, full of love, that stirred something deep within him. He had come here with a plan to trick her, but in the process, he had truly fallen in love. And now, love was asking him for honesty. Bound by the power of Ina's sincerity, Ku lowered his head. In a flash of light, his handsome form dissolved, and there before her, coiled but calm, stood the great python. Gasps erupted from the nearby villagers. Some screamed, others stepped back in fear. Ina didn't move. She looked into the python's eyes, those same deep eyes that had once looked at her with warmth, with wisdom, with wonder. She saw no threat, no malice, just the same spirit she had come to love. Quietly, she spoke. "I made a promise. I said I would marry the best-looking man who could love me truly. I see now. True beauty isn't about a face or form. It's about the soul, and yours is the most beautiful of all." A hush fell over the village. No one spoke. Then, something incredible happened. The python began to glow, his scales shimmering with light. Slowly, he transformed again, this time into Ku, just as handsome as before, but something was different. This time, the transformation wasn't temporary. The spell was broken. Ina's love, so pure and accepting, had made the change permanent. Magic had bowed to the truth of her heart. That evening, under strings of glowing lanterns and the pink-gold sky, Ina and Ku were married. The celebration was filled with joy, laughter, and a sense of wonder. No one in the village would ever forget that day. From then on, their story was told again and again, passed down through generations. It became a legend, not just about a magical python or a beautiful girl, but about the power of seeing someone for who they truly are, about choosing love based on what matters most: kindness, honesty, and connection. Ina and Ku lived a long and happy life together, and every child in that village grew up knowing the story of the girl who looked into the heart of a python and found a man worth loving. Because in the end, it's not about what we look like, it's about who we are. And true love sees that clearly.